the pace when I'm running.
So this is for day 1 when I was playing the beta. I am generally getting a hang of its gameplay, its mechanics, and was generally liking the game. But for day 1, I have some key points issue. Let's first start with TTK, which is time to kill for anyone who does not know. It feels like basic blank weapons are very trash at gun fights, mainly the assault rifles and shotguns. I made a tweet about the shotgun point blank TTK. It's actually dumbest 50-50 split of who gets the kill or not. In most cases, no one could actually kill you in one hit, point blank. And what I find funny is people was crying about TTK was too fast, even though realistically it's actually very slow and needs massive buff. Second point I want to make is player balance. Most cases, it feels like SBMM is a lot more problematic. Yes, you guys can call me a hypocrite or having skill issues. This might be the only game I've noticed a issue. Again, you can call me all whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. My next point I want to talk about is dolphin dive and sliding. Normally I wouldn't have an issue with slide, but in this case I do. You should be able to pull your gun up a little bit more faster without needing a perk whatsoever after sliding and diving at all. Here's my other point. The maps so far doesn't feel bad at all. I do think they should be toned down a little bit to be from big maps to small maps, especially for 6v6. And my last point I want to discuss for the day 1 was there was an issue with black screen on the sides and top to having a pulse like, and I will show it on the screen on what it looks like right here. And I would recommend to Infinity Ward that it should be looked into and be fixed ASAP, or at least before launch. Now for day 2, which is the second day I was playing it, so I decided to focus on the new mode. Technically it's not new, but it was new for Xbox and PC. Don't know too much for PlayStation. If it wasn't there week 1, then it was new for everyone on both consoles and PC, which was Invasion. And how I'm looking at it is basically Invasion is ground war, team deathmatch instead of domination. I am liking the Invasion a lot, especially with a sniper. I also did use, during that whole match, a sniper rifle, which is the single 50, which you unlock at around level 20, I believe. I am loving the sniper. I'm really loving it. I'm loving it more than Vanguard, Cold War snipers. But here's some key points I'm not liking about the sniping in the mode at all, or as a whole. Gonna start with the mode. I actually do not like the idea of 20v20 with bots, having both sides having 10 bots and 10 actual players, it's not really a great idea, really. It really isn't. Makes it more slow. The only change I would make is at least 40v40, both sides having 35 players and maybe 5 bots if they can't really change out the bots for 20 versus 20 players. Besides that, now this will be a mix of both the mode and the sniper alone, as this was a thing back in 19. I hate the idea of bullet drop. I've made a tweet which I will show that shit just needs to stay in Battlefield, as Call of Duty is a arcade game, not realistic like Battlefield. I can understand Infinity Ward is trying to go with realism, but still, Call of Duty is arcade, not realism. Don't need realism. I honestly rather see in my game would be weapons being a little bit broken, a little bit buffed, one shot, one kill with a sniper or shotgun, point blank or far range, doesn't matter. That's the only time I want to see realism. Besides that, we don't need bullet drop. And as well, with the sniper, single 50 needs a buff completely, a damage buff. I don't know what kind of buff, but it needs a buff. Without attachments, it sucks ass. But as you're seeing in my videos that's been up, it doesn't suck that much ass, but I'm only getting like 5 minutes of gameplay each. So that's why it sucks and needs a buff. I also noticed that sometimes, because of the bullet drop, aiming at the upper body to the head will give a hit marker, which is, I honestly think is stupid. But also, on that note, it can take a full mag just to get a kill with the bullet drop like I was mentioning. You don't see your bullets either to make your adjustments with the scope dashes that you see. Normally, all you have to do is make adjustment to like either the first dash or the first small dash, the big dash, and then the small dash. That's the only time you need to make adjustments. This one, you need a lot more than that, and you cannot see where your bullets are going, so you can make the adjustments. Besides that, I can't really complain too much about for day 2 with the mode and how I was feeling. But besides that, shitty bullet drop and hit marker needs to be gone. It needs to get out. For day 3, nothing new to add really. So it's going to be very short topic, as by the time day 3 came around, I wanted to work on my videos, so there's some content going up, like what you see with back on Saturday, Sunday, with the sniper compilations. And I wanted to try to work on my other videos for like showcases that is being posted that went up earlier today, which I will be doing for a week, depending on how much I got. I only did one match worth of it, because I don't want to make it too long. So I want to make sure there's content leading up to launch, so you guys can get some content. And in case you haven't noticed, I really have not been posting, so I want to make sure there's some sort of content at least for you guys. But we did get a new mode, which I did try out the following day, day 4, which I will discuss here in a minute. So, day 4, as the time I was writing this, it may be over already, but day 4, nothing to update like day 3. Just gotta finish my leveling, which I did. I was just tired and no mood to work on my videos, like other modes and Rest of the Guns unlocked, which I unlocked the one or two battle rifles, the other SMG, the last LMG, the last assault rifle. I didn't get a chance to work on those. I didn't work on the other modes I mentioned, which was like third person I wanted to try. I wanted to make Team Deathmatch, but I didn't think about making it. I might if I did, and then I don't know what I'm thinking now. There's some other modes I wanted to try, but I didn't get a chance. So I've been mostly busy with thumbnails, videos, and I did finally try the Ground War, which is the other mode I mentioned a couple minutes ago for day 3. I am liking it, but the one key issue I want to say is the flags should be at least a little bit more spread out, like what 19 was. In Ground War in 19, the flags were a little bit more spread out. Besides that, I tried out the grenade launcher. I want to see how good it is, if it's better than 19 or if it's worse. It's definitely better than 19. It goes a lot further now. But things I've been noticing is it needs a buff, 100% buff for at least the 1 kill range. If it's near them, directly on them, as long as it's in there or around them, it should be a 1 hit. The entire time I've been using it, this is just by my own math. I could be very wrong. 25 out of 75 were all hit markers over kills. I don't care how broken the original Modern Warfare 2 was. That's the point of fun. It's not exploit at all. Which is, like, there's one-man army, but it's not really an exploit. Danger close with it. It was not an exploit. That's the whole point why it was there in the first place, why you're able to do it in the first place. I really like to have fun with the grenade launcher and not feel like it's super weak, doesn't do any damage, just like 19. I want to feel like it was like Modern Warfare 2 or the original Modern Warfare 2 in the Modern Warfare 3, which I'm going to start calling the original Modern Warfare 3 in case if they decide to make the third one. Which I'm still going to be looking forward to, as Black Ops and Modern Warfare I still enjoy. Just past couple years, it's hard to enjoy them because of these YouTubers that I've already made videos about. So that's everything I can discuss from day 1 to 4. So this is basically gonna be my final thoughts of overall the beta from the start to finish. There's really nothing needs to be changed as a massive scale, but here's some things I still would like to see change or overhauled if possible, up to launch or maybe after launch. TTK needs to be faster and not slower. Most of the guns that has faster TTK should be across every weapon and not pick and choose weapons. Like for the example I can say is the M4. TTK on that one is fast, but comparing that one with, let's say, the single 50, the single 50 should be as equal as that one, not much slower. Now, perks for sure needs to be 100% overhauled. It's either we only pick 3 perks or we massively change how it functions. Like how it should function. This is how my thinking process was, and I still think it should be is all the perks we have should go into, that's from base, bonus, and ultimate, should be clunked into one base perk to pick. You can pick, let's say you want to you're a rusher, you can pick, let's say, double time, and you can pick ghost. Then you got bonus and ultimate to pick from. You could pick whatever you want to do. Let's say scavenger, or whatever the fourth one you would want to, as I can't really think of all the perks. Sorry for that. But basically, whatever you pick for the base perk would be like, whatever you did not pick would be going into bonus and then the ultimate. So you got a lot more choice via variety, which I would think it would be good. And honestly, I think the community would be a lot better with that. At least it's not big of an issue. The next thing would be the change on the foot audio. I've been seeing this from everyone, and then not just them, but including it myself. Foot audio is still way too loud. I don't know what they did from the first week, but it seems like they never did change it at all. This is for sure a hot topic, but dead silence definitely needs to be a perk. If they won't change like how the dead silence or foot audio work, then we don't need foot audio, since they really cannot balance it. You can hate me all you want about it, but if they can't really balance it, then why should we have audio? Also, on the note, I've been noticing this too about hackers. If they don't really fix the cheaters problem, then after year one or at least 3 months, it's gonna flop really hard, as their anti-cheat is actually all their shit. I really don't want to say it's good or bad. I can't, and I can't really defend the game if there's gonna be a cheating problem. 2019 had that issue. It was massively an issue back in season 4 when I noticed it. It may have happened with some people back in season 3. I think season 3 was what started the Warzone, if I remember it. But if they don't do anything with the reverse boosters, cheaters, anything like that, I can definitely see how the game can flop harder than it would be. Besides that, this was just a simple review. I just want to make this with the beta. If I make another review, it's only because of its stay after 3 months, to give it a proper review, unlike these idiots that only plays 1 day or 2 hours and thinks it's good enough. It's been your host. Before I do sign out, I honestly do think, I don't know if you noticed with any of the reviews, anytime you see people making over the top negative, not really giving out an actual key point, legit issue, and just going off and say SBMM is garbage, they never really put their time and effort into the game. Like, for example, the best example I can say is the 19. Honestly, the skill-based matchmaking in that one was not bad. Matter of fact, there was no skill-based matchmaking, but there was a lot. I've been noticing a lot of reverse boosters, and I've been getting literally suspicious with some of these guys' gameplays during when I'm playing hardcore or when I'm just jumping into core just to have fun. I'm noticing a lot of those. If you guys know Face Swag, that little bitch decided to reverse boost. And that's pretty damn pathetic. You can't get a nuke without reverse boosting or VPNing. I find that sad. Yeah, Yeah. Hopefully, I really don't want to see Modern Warfare 2 flop. I really want to see it succeed like 2019 did. I don't want to see it flop hard like Vanguard did or maybe Cold War. I don't know how bad that one flopped, but I do not want to see it flopping hard just like Vanguard did. Yeah, I will defend games if they're gonna bitch about SBMM or some sort of skill issue, because to me that's really sad. Because skill base really has not been a thing. Even if it did, it's not that big, unlike they were crying out to be. But yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter to me. This was the review for the Modern Warfare 2 beta. This has been your host, Spider, and being a retarded ass div, signing out.